Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to the Energy Tune-In. Today I'd like to talk about how to live from our hearts, especially in times that are so difficult and chaotic for so many people. I believe that one of the biggest problems that we're facing as a society today is that many people live in a state of separateness. This is the making of the mind that sees the world in an us and a them, and a good and a bad, and the good guys and the bad guys. It's the same mind that teaches us to reject parts of ourselves and therefore reject others. Living from our heart is our soul's desire and mission. It's the path to integration, to wholeness, to unity and union. A loving state is the next step in our evolution as humanity. Some people confuse living from the heart with inaction or with standing on the sidelines while the world burns to ashes. This isn't the case. Compassion doesn't mean inaction. Love doesn't mean tolerating injustice. Yes, our systems need to change, but if we lead this revolution by using the same divisiveness tactics, by vilifying others, by not seeking to understand and to heal, essentially by perpetuating violence and punishment, I think we won't see results much different than the systems that we are looking to replace right now. But if we lead from the heart, we stand a real chance at witnessing a real revolution because we'll be working together and loving one another and understanding different perspectives and having compassion that stems from a deep understanding that the people that we're looking at as wrong are a product of wounds that we carry as well. And I think that from that place, there's real power. I think that if we're going to succeed in this revolution, learning to live from the heart is not a luxury or a nice thing to do if you have extra time in your schedule. It's a necessity. It's something that our world absolutely depends on. With that in mind, today I want to give you 8 practices to help you do that, to live from your heart in your everyday. So here we go. Practice number 1, acts of kindness. We all know the feeling of giving. When we are kind, we get out of our own head and into our heart to meet somebody else's needs. This gives us the feeling of connectedness. It reminds us that we are not alone and that we matter. We are a part of a larger tapestry. Acts of kindness can be random acts of kindness throughout the day, or it can be something that's more thought out and planned, like volunteering in your neighborhood or helping somebody that's struggling or something like that. I encourage you not to choose donation to large causes as an act of kindness, even though that's great. Go ahead, please do that too. But it doesn't bring us to the same heart space as when we help somebody directly or like work with another person more directly. Number 2, feel it to heal it. There are a lot of things happening right now that are really difficult to digest, that can be triggering or that are uncomfortable to witness. I invite you to notice when you're dissociating or avoiding feeling something uncomfortable by numbing. So it might look like watching TV or changing the subject or reaching for your phone or anything else that really takes you out of the experience. Being willing to really feel what you're feeling, asking myself, like, what am I feeling right now? Breathe with it and be with it. Giving yourself undivided attention is so important. Nothing can be changed or moved until we are willing to be present with it first. So that's an important practice. Number 3 is compassion. Compassion practices help us really understand another person. It allows us to be less judgmental and more forgiving. This by the way, can be practiced internally as well. Actually, it should start internally. One way to practice compassion that I really like is to close your eyes and imagine the person you're generating compassion towards as their younger self, as their child version. Imagine that, imagine what they had gone through in their life in order to have the perspective that they have today. Imagine the suffering and whatever they went through that hardened their heart and made them closed off or be the way that they are today. And then send them love and compassion and maybe even an honest desire to alleviate their suffering. Number 4 is input cleanse. Creating new habits around your consumption of news and mass media, I think, is a really important part. I understand the desire to stay connected to what's happening in the world, but you also have to keep in mind that while you might gain some information from this, from engaging with the media makes most money by keeping people divided and afraid. So if you're engaging with the media throughout the day, every day, you're just not giving yourself a chance to come out of fear and out of your analytical brain. I recommend never engaging with the media first thing in the morning, ever, and giving yourself a period of time every day when you engage with the media if you need to, but that's it, maybe like half hour a day, and that's it. I have a practice that I love. Uh, I take one day every week to kind of just cleanse. So I turn off all of my devices and I just spend a day with myself without getting any input from the outside. I meditate and I can read and journal, and it's really, really sweet. I know that it's not possible for everybody to have this kind of practice, but figure out what works for you in your own life. And, maybe you still talk to people, but maybe you can turn off your computer and your phone. Figure out what would work for you to kind of have less input. Number 5, what do you appreciate? When we're struggling with a situation or with a person, we tend to usually focus on most of our attention on what's not working. I invite you to make a list of at least 10 things that you appreciate about this person, about the situation, to help bring you back into a center and back into your heart from a more loving state. Number 6, make space for your intuition. Your heart and your intuition are in coherence. When you are stuck in your head, it's really difficult to be connected with your intuition. In order to start noticing your intuitive senses, you first need to learn how to slow down. Give your mind a rest so your heart can take the lead. A good way to distinguish between intuition and just the running of your thinking mind is the way it feels. Your intuition is more like a bubbling spring from within, and your talking mind is kind of more like a rushing stream, like over like a bedrock. Number 7, meditation and introspection. Staying somewhat in the same topic of slowing down and creating spaciousness, one of the most important practices that you can bring into your life as soon as today is to take time to quiet your mind. Meditation is a wonderful way to do that, but you can also just make time to just be and just have introspection. Um, Meditation helps you witness your thoughts so that you, in your everyday, you can be just more present with the ways that the mind drags you into divisiveness and away from your heart center. It'll teach you to be less reactive in your everyday, less attached to these thoughts that are often centered in like separateness and divisiveness in this world, sadly. Number 8 is gratitude. Gratitude to what you have in your life right now. When we're in state of a gratitude, where we are in a heart space, instead of being in a state of chasing the next thing that you think is going to make you happy and whole, reorienting your mind into what is already there that you can be thankful for, and what can you already appreciate in your life. This could be done by journaling, or it can even just, you can just decide that you're taking 5 minutes in the morning to just be with appreciation and with gratitude, or make a list in your head when you wake up in the morning, or have it be the last thing you do before you go to bed is to think about 5 things about your life that you appreciate. That's it for today. These are 8 practices. I really hope that they support you on this process and that you find your way to living um, in your heart, from your heart, with your heart. Thank you so much for tuning in today and for being here. All my love. If you liked the video this week, don't forget to subscribe. Every week I upload a new video with an energy tune in, as well as meditations that I upload periodically. Thank you so much for being here, and have a good day.